On August 16, 2026, Tommy John, a left-handed pitcher who transformed American baseball not just with his arm, but with his courage, passed away peacefully at his Florida home at the age of 83, surrounded by his wife Cheryl and his family. Most people know his name from a surgery, but before that surgery made history, Tommy John was already one of the most quietly brilliant pitchers in the major leagues, a four-time All-Star who won 288 games across 26 relentless seasons for 6 different teams. It was July 17, 1974, and Tommy John was at the absolute peak of his career, posting a stunning 13-3 record with a 2.59 ERA for the Los Angeles Dodgers when he threw a sinker to Montreal's Hal Breeden and felt what he later described as a sickening crash deep inside his left elbow. Dodgers team physician Dr. Frank Jobe examined the arm and delivered a verdict that would have ended most careers: a complete, catastrophic tear of the ulnar collateral ligament, the tiny but essential band of tissue that holds together the entire mechanics of a pitcher's throw. Dr. Jobe proposed something that had never been done before: a radical experimental surgery to replace the destroyed ligament using a tendon harvested from Tommy John's own right wrist, threaded through drilled holes in the elbow bones in a figure-8 pattern, and he told John the odds of success were 1 in 100. On September 25, 1974, Tommy John looked Dr. Jobe in the eye, said, "Let's do it," and walked into an operating room for a 4-hour procedure that no pitcher in the history of baseball had ever survived professionally. Those 3 words, according to Jobe himself, changed the sport forever. John missed the entire 1975 season rebuilding his arm from nothing, spending months in a cast, relearning how to grip a baseball, and working through brutal rehabilitation alongside Dodgers pitcher Mike Marshall, who held a doctorate in kinesiology, a year of silence that tested every ounce of his resolve. Then, in 1976, Tommy John walked back onto a major league mound, and the baseball world watched in disbelief as he went 10-10 with a 3.09 ERA, proof that the impossible surgery had actually worked, followed by a staggering 20-7 season in 1977, the best of his career. One of the most remarkable statistical facts in sports history: Tommy John won more games after the surgery, 164, than he had won before it, 124, and he continued pitching in the major leagues until he was 46 years old, throwing his final pitch for the New York Yankees in 1989. Dr. Jobe, who passed away in 2014, initially kept the procedure quiet, studying John's recovery carefully before offering it to other pitchers. But once its success became undeniable, UCL reconstruction spread across the sport and was permanently renamed Tommy John Surgery in the patient's honor. Today, the numbers tell a story that staggers the imagination. According to the American Medical Association, more than 1,000 professional pitchers have undergone Tommy John surgery since 1974, and by 2024, an astonishing 36 to nearly 39% of all active major league pitchers had the procedure at some point in their career. Superstars like John Smoltz, the first Hall of Famer elected after undergoing the surgery, and two-way phenomenon Shohei Ohtani, who had the procedure in 2023, are living proof that Tommy John's willingness to be a guinea pig gave an entire generation of elite athletes a second life on the mound. The Yankees, one of the 6 teams John played for during his career, released a tribute describing him as a bedrock of their pitching rotation and noted that while his consecutive 20-win seasons in pinstripes were extraordinary, even those achievements were overshadowed by his identity as an athletic and medical pioneer. The American Medical Association has called Tommy John's surgery the most valuable reconstructive procedure in all of sports medicine in terms of dollars and careers preserved, a legacy that now reaches beyond baseball into football, tennis, and youth sports, where nearly 67% of UCL reconstructions are performed on athletes between the ages of 16 and 20. Tommy John did not set out to save baseball. He set out to save his own career with a 1 in 100 shot and the guts to take it. But in doing so, he gave the sport an immortal gift: the proof that a shattered arm and a shattered dream could be rebuilt, and that the game itself would never have to end.